Bonjour. Today, we're going to talk about a new group of verbs, the second group in French, which includes all those regular verbs in IR. And we're going to focus on the present tense for the moment. So as I said before, in French, we've got three different categories of verbs, three groups of verbs. And we've seen already the first one, which is the regular ER verbs. So all the verbs, the regular verbs in ER, like chanter, to sing, danser, to dance, will fall into this category and will follow a predictable pattern, a regular pattern that you know already. Today, I'm going to talk about the second group, and the second group includes the regular verbs ending in IR, okay? So the second group includes regular IR verb, which will follow the same pattern that we're going to see very soon, okay? And the third group, it's all the rest, those irregular verbs of the French language, and you know some already. Faire, aller, boire. All those verbs are irregular and are part of the third group. You know two other irregular verbs, être and avoir, but those verbs are called auxiliaries and they're not part of any of those three groups, okay? They are helping verbs, they are auxiliaries. So, let me start about those regular verbs in IR from the second group. So before we continue, I want to say that not all IR verbs are from the second group. For example, finir, you would conjugate it with nous finissons, okay, ISSONS. But if you take courir, you can see it behaves a little bit differently. We do not say nous courissons, we say nous courons. So you can see that both those verbs end in IR, but they are not part of the same group. Finir is part of the second group. Courir is part of the third group, okay? So a way to recognize a verb if it's from the second or third group is just to conjugate it with nous. If you can conjugate it with this ending in ISSONS, ISON, then the IR verb is part of the second group. So let's see those endings. Finir, which is part of the second group, will follow the following pattern. Je finis, IS. Tu finis, IS. Il, elle, on finit, IT. Nous finissons, don't forget you've got I, S, S, then ONS, okay. Vous finissez, I, S, S, easy, okay. Et il ou elle finissent, same, I, S, S, I, N, T. Okay, so to conjugate a IR verb, you just need to drop the ending IR. Okay, then you're left with what we call the stem. Okay, exactly like with your ER verb. Okay, so you drop the IR, you're left with a stem, which I've put in black here, okay? And then you just add the ending for those verbs. So the endings are is, it, and here you have to be very careful. I know there's a lot of letters here, but don't forget the iss, ons, issez, issent. Okay, so all those letters are part of the endings for IR verbs. So don't forget the ISS, okay? This is very important. So the ending that you need to memorize for those IR verbs is IS for je, IS for tu, IT for il, elle, on, ISSONS for nous, ISSEZ for vous, ISSENT for il, plural, elle, plural. So that's the end of this presentation. Memorize the endings for those verbs and you'll be all fine. And in French, we say fin et au revoir.